It's time for Comic Corner. This is the first 2 weeks of May, and as you may know, May also has free comic book day. So, boom, we got tons and tons of stuff here. So let's check them out. First up, we've got number 15 of Crossed Plus 100. Kind of tame in terms of the cover, but, you know, it is what it is. Here we got number 97 of Crossed Badlands. Again, kind of tame on the cover. I'm a little disappointed with those crossed covers there. This is issue 2 of 5. The Dark Tower, the drawing of 3, Bitter Medicine. I swear I'm missing issues from those Dark Tower books. Issue number 20. All new story, end of game, starts now. It is Darth Vader and the Emperor. And here we go. Issue number 13 of Elf Quest, The Final Quest. And issue number 3 of Army of Darkness, Furious Road. Now this is more like it. Here we go. Issue number 96, the torture cover for Crossed Badlands. Now take a look at the close-up there of the girl and her in the mirror. Ooh. Issue number 228 of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Cobra Nation, Part 3. And then it looks like it's free comic book day stuff. So, as I wasn't actually able to, and I honestly wouldn't go into the comic shop on free comic book day. I consider free comic book day to be for all of those who aren't into comic books per se, and hopefully get them in there so that, you know, the comic shop can make some extra customers, some extra moolah, etc., etc. So what my shop does is he, you know, says, this is what's coming out, what do you want me to pull type thing. You can pick so many of them. So what I got here is We Can Never Go Home, Young Terrorists. Don't know anything. It's from Black Mask Comics. I thought, you know what, I've never heard of it, I want to check it out. Put that in my pile. Joe Benitez, Lady Machina. Oh, Mechanica. Not Machina, Mechanica. So it's got that steampunk thing going on. Figured, you know what, I'll check that out. Why not, right? Why not? Next, I picked up simply because I liked the last year's stuff, what they did with it. They had a lot of advertisements for other related things, and that was Free Comic Book Day Doctor Who. So I do believe it has at least a story or portions of stories or something in here. And, yeah, 4 stories, I don't know. And then, I had to pick this up. This is Serenity Firefly Class 03K64, but it also has Hellboy and Aliens in there. So, you know, I love myself some Aliens. Haven't really I should really get back to collecting and getting all the Hellboys, but I kind of didn't for a long time, so there's quite a few issues. Something I've never collected before, but you know what? It sounded interesting. I picked up Camp Midnight. I mean, looks kind of quirky there, right? Kind of cutesy. It's got different artwork style inside. So, yeah, that should be an interesting read. And if I like it, I may see if there's, you know, more to that. And then finally, something I pick up. It's the only time I really get these for the most part. Bongo. Yes, this is the Simpsons free comic book day stuff. There's always original stories in these, and you know, it's Simpsons. It is what it is. And look, you could make your own little bender. So yeah, first 2 weeks of made down, time for the next one. Hey there, so out looking at houses again today, and it was unfortunately a very depressing search. We had put in like 7 requests to our agent of houses we wanted to see. Essentially, I think maybe one of them had an open house listed, another one had an open house on the day after, but we couldn't go to that. And so we were like, we want to check out these houses. One house had been on the market for a while. We received notification of its release twice, so it had been relisted or something like that. Something happened. Maybe it fell through, the deal fell through, or whatever. But we got notification the night before, and that one was off the list because it's sold. Kind of expect that. It's been on the market before, but everything else we had gotten, was from yesterday, Friday, and so being Saturday was the day today we were going out, and so we figured all the rest of them should be good, right? We get to the first house with our agent and find out another one of the houses, literally a house that had just been listed the day before, had already sold. I'm like, the market here is nuts, right? Like, the house sold in I don't know, less than 24 hours or 24 hours, I don't know. And so we didn't get to see that, which was kind of a bummer. And so we went around, we looked at a few houses. None of them really, they just didn't work for us. Even the ones we thought, like, there were ones we didn't expect to work for us, but we were going anyway, so we figured, why not check them out? So no big deal there. But there were ones that we thought, oh, these ones should be good. They turned out bad. And then one of the houses we were actually going to, we had an appointment to go see this house. We had an appointment to see it. And we get there, and there's a sold sign on the lawn. And I'm thinking, but we have an appointment to see this house. Like, what? How can it be sold? So our agent contacted their agent. Yes, it had sold the night before. But not only did they, I get that the agents aren't going to take down the listings right away, but they had enough time to put sold go to the house, put up sold stickers on the sign, but not enough time to contact us. And who knows how many other people had appointments for that day to let them know, what, sorry, it's sold. So if this was the only house that we were going to see, and we arrived to find this out, I would have been uber pissed. Like, beyond recognition pissed. Like, that is not cool. If it's sold, contact, who, people have made appointments, who they are, contact them. That should be like the first thing you do. Once you've done all the paperwork, it's all signed, boom, moving on, get on, contact them all, leave them messages if it's late at night, whatever. You know what, I don't care if it was signed at 1 o'clock in the morning, call their cell phones. You all run on cell phones, leave a message, let them know, sorry, this property is sold, because the area we're looking in is nowhere near where we're living right now. It's a lot of money and time. It's an hour drive at least to get out there and back, let alone, the travel time around in that city, looking at houses. So it's a lot of money to spend to only find out, you wouldn't have been able to see the house anyways. So that kind of sucked. Then, and I'm rambling on here. I'm really rambling on. But we ended up, there was supposed to be another open house at a house we weren't planning on seeing, but we thought, you know what, we have time. We're going to head down to check it out. And literally, again, sold within 24 hours. But this one we didn't have an appointment for, but so it was like, whatever, nothing you can do about that. But still, we've never had this happen before. Never had it happen before. Like, all of these houses sold within, most of them, usually it's like on the market for a week, they have an open house, and then the next week they take all the offers all at once. That way you get multiple bids, you get this stupid bidding war going on. That's the way most of them are doing. I don't know what these people are putting down, like offering these on these houses, but whatever. Apparently they're selling like that. I don't know what's going on. But while we're in the neighborhood,
now that I've gotten past all my little story and rambled on, making this video is uber long, there is a, remember last time in the April Comic Corner, the end video was a comic shop in the area. We were in the same area. There's another comic store. It's actually a real comic store. The other one's a comic store and a book, used book place. This is a comic shop, and we were in that area, so I figured, you know what, let's check it out. So we did. So here we are with another bonus comic book pickup. And first off, I got a bunch of dollar comics for the girls because they were cheap. But I picked these up for Leslie, and this is Sock Monkey. Okay, so I've got issue number 1, issue number 2, and issue number 3. They didn't have issue number 4. So if anybody out there has Sock Monkey, the Inches Incident number 404, let me know. I would like to get it from you so that she has a complete, all 4, and she can read them, because really it kind of sucks to only have 3 or 4. She wasn't really going to get them at first, but I was like, you know what, at $1 a comic, whatever, I'm getting them for you. We'll just track down the 4th one, because that's what I was doing at this comic shop. I wasn't buying new comics. I was buying comics that I needed because I had missed them. So, sit back and here we go. This is from Comic Book Addiction. comicbookaddiction.com is the name of the comic shop. So we've got Cross Badlands issue 84. One I missed. I don't know where to put this stuff. Cross Badlands issue number 67. I thought I had this cover, but it was in my list of stuff to get. Cross Plus 100 number 8. Crossed Badlands issue number 85. Finally I've only read the first comic of this because I missed issue number 2 somehow, and that's We Stand on Guard. So now I can actually finish reading that series. I got X-Files season 10 number 19. Unity from Valiant number 14. I don't know how I missed, it's really weird that I miss these 1 issues in the middle of, runs. X-Files season 11 number 2. X-Files season 11 number 3. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 38. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 45. I think I'm still missing a couple of issues from this, but I got Winter World number 4. I'm just happy when I'm able to find, some of those holes and plug them up. Stephen King's The Stand Hard Cases issue 3 of 5. I don't know how I'm missing issues from that series, but I am. Winter World number 7. And then another thing now I can finish, I think, is here we go with Spread issue 6. So yeah, just a bunch of comics I needed, and I had to pay the price for it because unlike old comics which they sell at $1, new comics they sell at $3.50 went up to $4.50 well, that's whatever, because I'm guessing they normally sell theirs at whatever cover price, US cover price. That's the way a lot of comic shops do it. But who knows. Anyways, more comics to come, so stay tuned. I know it's been a long one. Don't worry, it'll be over soon. And we have the last 2 weeks of May, thanks to Cyber City Comics, who hooked me up with my addictions. So this is actually quite a pretty decent haul here. So sit back, relax, and prepare for, well, what's coming up. So first off, we have number 4 of Street Fighter versus G.I. Joe. Now I think I'm missing issues of this because I don't know. I have G.I. Joe on my pull list, but I'm guessing because this is Street Fighter G.I. Joe, they're not pulling it. I don't know. But it was there when I went in, so I grabbed it. I may also be missing issues from this. This is issue number 10 of Dream Police. a series that I'm really enjoying, but again, I don't know if they're pulling it for me because it wasn't in my polls. I had to get it. Something that is in my polls and something I'm loving it. It is issue number 15. God, has it been 15 already? Of Puppet Master. Good fun series there. Now we have one series which, hey, you may think is kind of silly, but I'm getting it, and that's number 5 of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. The darker version. Issue number 263 from Image. It's Spawn with your, color your own comic thing. Now this is Eric Larson did the cover here. I actually really dig Eric Larson, his style, so I'm okay with that. Normally I would prefer to have Todd McFarlane do the artwork on the cover, but hey, sometimes you gotta mix it up. He's a busy man. He's a busy man. So next up from Avatar, we've got issue number 16 of Crossed Plus 100 years later in the Cross universe. Following that up and this is a great cover, we've got issue number 98, the torture cover of Crossed Badlands. Kids, if you're in the room, don't be looking. Take a look at that. That is brilliant. I love it. I love it. I love it. That is too gruesome. Issue number 2 of Aliens Defiance. And now we've got the variant cover for issue number 9 of Afterlife with Archie. It took a long time for this issue to come out. Issue number 16? Was it 15 and 16? Uh-oh. Sometimes I don't even pay attention. So another cover of issue number 16. These guys, sometimes I wonder. Okay, so this is the regular cover of Cross Plus 100. So I'll have to return this. I'll take a look to make sure that they are the same in every other way. But yeah, gotta love that. Issue number 19 from Marvel. I know I don't get too many Marvel titles anymore, but I do get Star Wars. Now again, I don't think I'm getting all the titles for the Star Wars stuff. Following issue number 2, I believe this is a series after the new television series of The X-Files. And then finally, to end the month, we have from Boom Studios number 24 of Big Trouble in Little China. So there you go. That is all the comic pickups for the month of May. No more. I'll probably be back next month with another batch of pickups. So till then, take care. Have a good one.